kind of not holding my breath on it.
We just can't get a bot that doesn't quit on us.
Yeah, well, and Carl, and it's not like Carl isn't working, because he's been giving us notifications on our private channels for me to fucking do my job.
Hey, are there a pair of scissors over on your desk?
No, they're out on the kitchen counter.
If I can get some help from you guys posting to different Discords, I actually want to read you guys a story that I think will be fucking...
I can speak. Wikipedia went live.
Are you sure you can speak?
Oh, did...
I just got a notification on Twitch that says Nerdalopedia went live.
Oh, on Twitch. Okay. Yeah, that's not from Discord. Okay, so, let me find the page real quick. So, I've been reading a book that you guys are probably gonna think is completely fucking nerdy.
You? Nerdy? Never.
Yeah, so, it's a nonfiction book called, Humble Pie, When Math Goes Wrong in the Real World.
That sounds like all math.
No, trust me, you want to hear this story. There is almost no math actually involved in it. Okay, so I'm going to read this section. I have to start at the very beginning. It's called Try Hard. There's more than one way to make a geometric mistake. To me, the less interesting way is when geometry theory is solid, but someone makes a miscalculation when doing the actual working out, even though that kind of error can lead to some pretty spectacular consequences. In 1980, the Texaco Oil Company was doing some exploratory oil drilling. I'm going to call it Lake P because I cannot pronounce this lake. Lake P, Louisiana. They had carefully triangulated the location to drill down to look for oil. Triangulation is the process of calculating triangles from fixed points and distances in order to locate some new points of interest. In this case, it was important because the Diamond Salt Crystal Company was already mining through the ground below the lake, and Texaco had to avoid drilling into some of the pre-existing salt mines. Spoiler, they messed up the calculations, but the results were more dramatic than what you're probably imagining. According to Michael Richard, who was the manager of the nearby Live Oak Gardens, one of the triangulation reference points was wrong. This moved the oil drilling about 120 meters closer to the salt mines than it should have been. The drill made it down 370 meters before the drilling platform in Lake P started to tilt to one side. The oil drillers decided it must be unstable, so they evacuated. Arguably, the salt miners had an even bigger surprise when they saw water coming towards them. The drill hole was only about 36 centimeters across, but that was enough for water to flow from Lake P down into the salt mines. Thanks to good safety training, the mining crew of about 50 people was able to evacuate safely. But how much water could the mine take? The lake had a volume of around 100 million cubic meters of water to give. But the salt below had been mined since 1920, and the mines now had a volume greater than the volume of the lake above. As the water gushed down, earth was eroded and salt dissolved. Soon, the 36-centimeter hole had become a raging whirlpool 400 meters in diameter. Not only did the entire lake empty into the salt mines, but the canal joining the lake and the Gulf of Mexico reversed direction and started to flow backwards into the lake, forming a 45-meter waterfall. 11 barges that were in the canal were washed into the lake and dragged down into the mine. 2 days later, the mine was completely full, and 9 of those barges bobbed back to the surface. The whirlpool had eroded away 70 acres of nearby land, including much of Live Oak Gardens. Their greenhouses are still down there somewhere. Because of this miscalculation of a triangle, a freshwater lake that was only about 3 meters deep was completely drained and refilled from the ocean. It's now a 400-meter deep saltwater lake, and this has brought a complete change in plants and wildlife. Amazingly, there was no loss of human life, but one fisherman out on the lake did have the fright of his life when the peaceful water suddenly opened up into a raging whirlpool.
Whoops.
So this book has been really good about showing you math problems that you absolutely, like, you don't need to know the math on, but they just talk about how fucking dangerous it is.
I mean, I could have told you math was dangerous.
Truth.
But yeah, it's... Oh, I just absolutely love that story. I read that earlier today, and my jaw just dropped. When he said that the effects were more dramatic than what you're thinking, I was like, okay, maybe. Like, I was reasonably thinking, oh, when the barge thing started like tilting or whatever, oh shit, okay, that's gonna collapse in, the mine's gonna fill up. I wasn't expecting
a saltwater lake.
All of it. Oh. All right. So, welcome to I almost want to call this Tales from the Tavern Quarantine Edition. Holy shit, Carl posted.
Good job, Carl.
Yay, Carl.
Okay.
Welcome back, buddy.
The thing cuz what I did cuz that's a new feature for Carl actually is the Twitch thing. Like it was labeled as new when we got him. So I've sort of been lenient on that because they're probably changing some things behind the scenes. So I just removed our channel and then added it back on again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I wanted to start you guys off with that story just because
it has a lot to do with brewing.
Not even that. It was just like, wow, this is too crazy of a story. I didn't believe it at first.
Just did you like Google it to back it up?
It was, I don't know. It just the way it's delivered. I was like, holy shit, this just keeps escalating. And I do like the stories where things like that go terribly wrong, but nobody got hurt.
Somehow.
Yeah, earlier in the book they like talk about the calendar, and one of my favorite quotes from it was like, well, if there's anything that the Catholic Church can do, it's convince a lot of people to change their behavior for arbitrary reasons. Alright, so today we are going to be working on we're kind of going to be working on two things. So we're going to be working on another brewer. So last time we did a brewer he's kind of greened the whole thing and has a lot that he's looking for. Now I actually want to make a brewer who has experience and actually owns a business in the City of Gold. With one thing being in mind that he won one subsection of the Festival of Holy Water the year previous.
Ooh, so we're gonna meet him.
Yeah, probably. You know, if we survive.
Man, I'm gonna be so lost the first time we get to play again.
Right?
So I'm actually, when we actually find out when we're playing next, and actually before then, I might actually go through our old VODs and write up a recap. So,
fair.
Which actually, so one of the things that I'm actually going to be doing something with Nintier soon, just to give everyone a heads up as well. So Farron kind of went off on his own. When I was actually working on like what he's doing, what he's going to be doing, I realized that there's a lot of information that I think everyone would want to hear. So me and him are actually going to, at some point in the future, I still got to work out details and stuff. Me and him are actually going to be doing a kind of a side quest with me and him on here.
Two-player D&D.
Yes.
Essentially.
I love two-player D&D.
Yeah, just because the events that are going to like with Alduin was doing a lot of research. It was information that he can convey to you afterwards, and you don't really miss any of the juicy details because it was like, oh look, Alduin's in the library again for the third day in a row.
Oh look, Alduin's drunk. in the library. Again.
With the candlestick.
For the
Oh,
third day in a row.
The library keeper recognized him and brought him a chaser for his alcohol.
But yeah, so, just something to look out for, because, of course, me trying to add more to... I'm trying to add more to, like, Theron's connection with some of the story and some other things that, will be exciting.
Yay.
Hopefully. But yes, so...
I'm not excited.
Because it has to do with Theron and you know what his general quest is?
Make it less exciting.
Oh, I didn't... Okay, so, interesting note for anybody who uses World Anvil. They actually updated World Anvil recently. So, what was in Browse Articles, they now have this Articles and Categories section. So you can actually see the categories here on the left-hand side. And I can actually navigate through this and see all of the ones here. I can actually arrange them as needed. And if I click on them, I have access to very limited information here, but then I can actually go in and edit them. So
Yeah.
if I'm kind of running around trying to figure out my my ass from my elbows, just
You know how to do that?
Sometimes.
listen. I met a lady online and she gave me she told me to go to a guy and get some good drugs. That guy was a pharmacologist. The guy was at Walgreens.
You'll do it. You can do it, Jake. You can
You-
figure out the words and stuff.
We met a lady. She said, "Wow, your brain empty. Yeet. Go take these pills."
Yes. So, but yeah. So I'm working around, trying to navigate this new system, but it is so far it's very useful. But
I'm gonna
we
try to have Twitch up today while we're doing this, so if I suddenly vanish, it's because my computer blue screen.
if you just yell "damn it" really loud, we'll hear you on someone's mic.
Oh, see, usually when it happens, I go... so I don't yell.
Okay.
True.
So we are going to create a new character. I'm going to try to fill out some of the primary details. Why is this taking so long? I think... Okay.
Oh, did you give him jerky?
No. My meds... I woke up after about 8 hours of sleep today.
Wow, like a normal human.
Yeah. I mean, it was still about 1:30 in the afternoon, but that's because I was up till 5:30 because of you.
I was like, I'm so tired, I'm gonna go right to bed, and it was like, I will instead watch the sunrise.
Okay, we don't-
I fell asleep but only slept for about 6-ish hours. Before my body was like, you're awake now.
All
I
right.
was like, okay.
We know they are in the City of Gold,
Yes.
and they are I'm going to say master brewer.
Yeah, I feel like once you win the Festival of Holy Water, even if it's on your first year, you are now a master brewer.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, we're going to do our standard thing. I'm going to pull up Fantasy Name Generator.
Oh, this isn't sale?
No. So this person lives in the City of Gold. They actually have their own, they have their own business in town.
Yeah.
Well, in the city. So, so they own a brewery in the City of Gold.
So you're looking for the brewery name.
Well, I mean, I pulled it up as a tab because I knew it was going to come up, not necessarily because, we need it now.
Bless you.
But
I
I'll-
tried to mute myself, tab it didn't do it.
All right.
Okay, it wasn't me.
Yeah, no shit.
So, let's get into some details about this man or woman, somebody. I don't know. I kept saying he, but it's not my intent. I gotta break that habit. All right. So,
Here's your.
Well, let's start by rolling for sex and rolling for sexual orientation.
In species.
Yeah,
oh shit, that's right. Every fucking time.
we've got some dice to roll.
Dice roll in our dice game, never.
Where?
Use the clicky clack math rock.
There it is. I need to. You've still only given me view only.
No,
But
what's that?
okay,
I should probably actually just give you access to that entire folder.
maybe. All right. I rolled a 15. They're an elf,
Wow.
which means I need to roll on another chart.
Stand elf, stand elf.
Another 5. Yeah, they are a sand elf.
Yeah!
I literally rolled another 15. All right. I really like this.
I don't like how blurry it is on my screen.
Go to Discord. Jake is sharing it live on Discord.
Yeah, you can actually pause the video for the actual for the Twitch stream, and just go to Discord.
Yeah, let me get chat back.
That way you guys aren't delayed.
Oh,
Alright,
well,
Jake, you should
now
have edit rights there.
it's
Sweet.
actually showing properly for the quality at least.
Yep, it says I have it. It doesn't give me the view only thing, so. All right, so for a sand elf, he is going to have dark skin. Cool. What eye color should we give him? Or them? God damn it, I keep doing that.
Green.
Like an emerald green? Like a really bright green?
Sure.
Yeah.
I just really like the idea of his eyes being very...
Right.
And Bailey's gonna fucking be like, of course.
Huh?
You didn't hear anything. Alright, I actually have to pull up something about the Sand Elves because I am blanking on something I wrote.
Shocker.
Sand Elves. I was largely looking at naming conventions because I can't remember if they're the ones that I did. I think it's the Sun Elves that I have, like, they go by titles. Oh, wow. I did not give them a whole lot. I feel like this is something that I need to...
Revisit?
Yeah, I need to revisit this. Just writing that down. All right. So we're gonna pull up a fantasy name generator because unoriginal. Okay, I will blow this up so you guys can actually see it. Oh, actually, you know, we should probably determine. Yeah, you're right. Roll for sex and sexuality.
Yeah.
Because that could have an impact on names. Is there a role for sex?
I think that we were just doing D20, 10 or 11 is genderqueer, and then the lower ones were one, and the higher ones were another.
Okay.
Hi, Hippie.
I'm
Hippie.
I'm gonna roll, and you're and you can translate for me.
Okay,
Sounds good.
15.
15 is a female.
All right.
We did the first set was guys.
All right. So we have a female master brewer who's a sand elf.
What a babe.
All right. I've got the fantasy name generator up. We can try to piece together some name.
I'm gonna throw out a name that I don't see. What about Arla?
Arla. I can dig that name.
I like that name.
Hell yeah.
I don't know the naming conventions that I have for the sand elves. I thought I had something, but I'm blanking on it.
Throw an H on the end of that.
Arla. Okay, because, let's see. Wood elves have the community name, which is not necessarily the same as a family name. Sun elves have their titles, not necessarily family names. I don't know what to do for the sand elves. Oh, I forgot how big I made sand elves. Their average height is 7 feet.
Oh, can she marry me?
I'm trying to think of the best way to do this.
Good to know they make me look itty bitty.
Hey. Oh, what? Hold on. Zoom is asking me to pay for it, or we're gonna run out of... give me a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a company my money because they wanna...
Wait till we're in the middle of things.
Yeah, of course! They're like, oh, you only have 40 minutes!
We're doing pretty good, Hippie. We're just working on the world building for D&D game that we usually play, but then everybody started getting sick.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna
Right.
I'm gonna sign up for the monthly thing. Because I don't want to buy it for annual, because I don't think we're gonna use this all year.
If we do, then we have a different problem.
Yes. Because that's a year of us not playing D&D.
Yep.
And I don't know about you, but no. What color do I want to wind?
Well, on the bright side, I can write this off as a business expense.
Thank goodness for bright sides. Let's do black.
Damn it.
You have a very serious face on, Jake.
It's because I'm trying to fill out financial information and trying to remember literally everything about it.
How's that going for you?
It's yes.
It's good. I like when that is yes.
I'm remembering a lot of numbers that oh, fine. Use the suggested address. Whatever. Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. Fuck you. Sorry, I got...
Thanks, Zoom. Skype would have done it free.
Yeah. Thank goodness I had a sudden influx of currency into my PayPal account.
Thank goodness.
What the hell? Oh, good. Okay. I was like, it's not letting me use my PayPal balance to do this. But, I just didn't read the fine print. Holy hell.
What does it want now?
No, it's just being annoying. Okay. If it kicks us out, I will get us back in.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I may have to log out of Zoom and... What the fuck? Oh, this is just a pain in the ass. Oh,
Better
hey.
play Fishing Planet.
We'll see in just a second.
See, but Katie, if that happened, then what would happen is Andrew and Jake would sit there and build it, and Erica and I would go, Lord, give me strength.
I need caffeine.
The fuck? Alright, hold on. I'm gonna have to end the meeting and invite all of you again. Yep, it'll be momentarily. Things are about to get really weird looking. Sorry, everybody. My face is probably going to be split. It definitely is. Oh, la la la. Okay, I'm waiting for them all to join again. Hurrah. Come on, you guys. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh, wait, yeah. Okay, cool. One of you's in.
I'll get the other one.
Did they get up? Oh, they can't hear me now. God, Zoom's a pain in the ass. But Discord's even worse when it comes to video stuff. Hey, Bailey's back. Just waiting on Erica now.
Yeah, she went to go get a caffeine.
And we got Andrew on Erica's machine. Okay. Alright, the reason for that was that I actually put it under the Nerdlopedia email, so I had to basically log out and log back in and start a new meeting. Because that's the account that had... it's stupid.
I'm gonna play with Zoom for a second.
Uh-oh. Oh, no! Oh, no! How did you do that?
With the virtual backgrounds. I'm keeping that for a while.
Where was the virtual... Is that the...
If you click down by the camera. The only downside is it takes away my ears.
Hold on, I need to pull up my email. We're following the trend of
We'll let Bailey have the Grinch.
Do you know how many pictures of the Grinch I have on my computer?
Maybe that's why your computer's running so slow. It's like, I can't the Grinch.
Grinch.
Here, hold on.
I told you that one of Min's friends found my Tumblr independently of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
That poor human.
download the damn image.
Oh no. Andrew.
He's coming for me.
Yikers.
He sure fucking is. And we have finally discovered the...
If you're gonna pay for it, I'm gonna update it. And I'm gonna use every feature that I can.
I have no issues with this. Where the fuck is that goddamn folder? There it is.
Watch Jake put up something serious like some of his Iferon art or something.
Fuck you! Listen, I paid money for those. What?
Are you gonna put up the new one from last night?
Yeah, I actually am.
I paid money for this. Me Google image search the Grinch.
You can use virtual background without green screen. After download. Okay. This is us fucking around and not actually doing anything.
I mean...
You guys get so much less done on this anytime I'm here.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. It can't tell the difference between my beard and the background.
Wait, hold on. I need to see this. It looked fine on mine.
Well, specifically...
I like
I do anything and it just cuts my body off.
Hold on, I can't see it. That's... Yikers.
Oh, it's getting my chair. That's what it's doing. I am a floating head.
Perfect.
I'm gonna switch chairs. It's even funnier when I just disappear.
Yeah. This is true.
Jeez. This is what I get for having a dark room. Is it's like, oh hey. Oh, hold on. This is fun to see how I can cut my body off.
We have the technology, kind of.
Hey, I'm Mr. Game & Watch. Oh, wait, shit, my wrist isn't getting cut off anymore. Yeah, if I'm gonna pay for this, this is worth it. I still can't believe what Andrew's using.
Oh lord, he coming.
I mean, Bailey's is also pretty horrifying. Cause there are now 6 faces in this.
I just
there
had
are
a
lot
brilliant
more if I look
idea.
at your art. There's a lot of faces in yours.
You can't really see them, though.
Oh, I think you're changing it, huh? I should probably experiment with a couple others, but I really like this one.
I like how Bailey's like, oh, you're gonna do something serious, like something from, one of the pieces of artwork you paid for. Damn fucking straight I am!
Don't actually have a lot of...
I'm not even sure.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold
wait,
on.
yeah. Okay.
You adding the picture of me and Katie? God damn it.
I'm trying to get a picture of you and Katie in here, and then I'm going to cover up Katie with my own body, and it's going to be a picture of me and
How
you.
do I move this?
I don't know. That's what I tried figuring out. I think I might need to crop it first.
Yeah, maybe.
You all are a bunch of fucking trolls.
Oh, I have a better picture to do it with.
Oh no. I'm terrified by what my husband is coming up with.
I think that you might be too centered in this picture, though.
Yeah, I like this.
I'm kind of scared.
Oh no.
Oh, good lord!
I see the upside down.
Oh, my bad. I accidentally stopped my video.
This is good. This was a good idea.
Good, I paid $15 so you guys can... Oh, Erica!
I can't see yours.
I like that.
We
I went for it. I was like, wait, memes.
Of course,
I love...
Erica goes for the meme.
I mean,
Hey, Andrew.
I am the meme
what's up?
queen. I am the meme queen in...
Oh god.
I am meme queen in D&D
I
chat.
hate that. This is a good way to cut out our backgrounds. Can we do this on Streamlabs?
Jake, I almost spit my coffee everywhere. Oh wow.
Hey, thank you for the subscription, Fat Dad Gaming.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, Bunny. We're supposed to be building an NPC.
We're working.
Yeah, we're working hard at learning to use Zoom.
Do we have any suggestions?
Hold on, I might have something good here. I just have to find it first.
Oh yeah, what do we do?
I had something serious, and then I'm like, fuck it.
I'll do one that's a little more serious for a different time.
Now you guys are going all serious, and
I'm not.
I'm gonna fix it, don't worry.
so yes, right now we're having.
That doesn't.
What?
Hold on.
Perfect.
No! What? No! No! Holy shit!
need, like, that image for all of our backgrounds.
Oh, please, no.
Oh, that was good.
I'm gonna see if I can find a good Nick Cage picture.
Perfect.
I just need it a little bit further over.
I mean, for mine, I just had to, like, move where my seat was. I could have rotated the entire image, but...
God. Okay, I'm going back to this one. Okay, now that we're done fucking with cameras, because...
For now.
Definitely done. Uh-huh.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna look back at all of our pictures are gonna be something different. Kind of like how every time Billy logs on to voice chat in Discord, I change his name to something else stupid and asinine.
What's hilarious is on Twitch, me and Andrew have like the now serious backgrounds, and you and Erica have the joke backgrounds.
I mean,
I completely forgot this was a feature of Zoom. Okay. So, Arla, the somewhere around 7 foot tall sand elf master brewer. Wonder how far I can go back before I disappear. Huh.
Jake, oh yes, it's time to be serious. Jake, 2 seconds later.
yeah.
Like, I came back pretty far, and it's still getting me.
Yeah.
Although it loses my hair every time.
Yeah.
There went your arm.
There goes everything.
Wow.
I've got the
Oh my god, I'm reaching into space.
yikers.
You can call me John.
I hate you.
What's interesting is that now they can't see Erica's computer. Oh no, not Nick Cage! Oh God, Erica, why?
An opportunity, and I took it.
Okay.
Okay, Zoom, I take back what I said about Skype.
I'm keeping Hisoka and his glowing dick as my background. Swing.
I'm gonna hang out with Nick Cage for a little bit.
You realize that where you're positioned, Erica, that makes you the glowing dick?
Exactly.
Okay. As long as that's understood.
I could have made it worse. It could have been like, face, the
Alright.
one that I send to Ricky on the daily.
So, how old do we want this brewer to be? Between like young, middle-aged, and old. Somewhere.
8,000.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for years because I know you're gonna pick something fucking stupid.
I don't.
420 years old.
Perfect.
You know how I said you're gonna pick something stupid?
We could have picked 69.
That's why I said young, middle-aged, or old, not a year.
Okay, out of all of us here, I'm the last person to ask about elves. Like, this one over here is played a half elf.
Well-
This one over here is played a half elf. However, they are
Okay, you completely missed the point of the question. I was
middle-aged.
Okay, the reason why I was saying that is because that changes how they act. I'm not looking for, like, exact years. Like, oh, is it the difference between someone who's fresh to the world or... Okay.
I mean, you and I are both really fond of badass old people, so...
I'm not going to do Year of Death, because that's wrong.
Year of Death.
Okay, hold on, so...
Oh, that's cute!
Yeah, Andrew has the best background right now. Oh,
Really?
I didn't see Bailey. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take rats over Hisoka's glowing dick every day.
No, that's fine. No, I was more offended that you didn't see like Bailey's.
Yeah, I missed that one. But the other ones are they look like they were smaller nuggets.
The Hisoka background eats more of my hair, which is shocking because I have a lot of it.
A lot of Hisoka or a lot of hair?
He's such a good boy.
Alright, so...
Oh, Bessie!
Alright. So, middle-aged is actually going to bring them closer to around the 350-year-old. That's getting much older.
That's how old Farron should have been with all the fucking pot jokes that are.
We can always change that.
Hey,
Oh my
Ned.
god, if I hold my hand up in front of my face disappears.
He told me no.
Alright. I did some math.
Better with the back of my hand.
Doesn't work for me at all.
No, you gotta hold it out like this.
Wait, oh, hold on.
I'm sorry, anybody that's actually watching us right now.
Hell, I'm your DM now. You can't stop me.
Jake's being weird. Girl with the Hisoka dick background.
It would only be better if I had paper eyes that I could replace on it.
Or sticky, googly eyes.
Dear, I need to go to... Oh, wait, it's closed. Shit.
Closed and fine.
Alright.
I love Hisoka's glowing dick.
Okay, I'm just gonna stick with the Grinch for a while.
I love games more.
Alright. I didn't roll on Arla's sexuality. 5.
That's time for our shameless plug for our nerd store. Come on down to Nerdlopedia/nerd store.
Let's take a
where you can get clothing for on your body.
So you aren't as naked, but in the quarantine, if I wasn't on camera, I would be naked.
Bisexual.
Perfect.
We have a bisexual sandal brewer, ladies and gentlemen.
Bailey's really getting into it.
What happens if I do this?
Ah! What did you do?
Ah!
Stop breaking everything!
I think I unbroke it.
Don't! Whatever you did, don't do it again!
So what did we learn?
Seriously, what did you do? Did you press share screen?
Yeah, there's an option to share screen, but all it does is open up a whiteboard.
That sounds dangerous with this group because that would just turn into Erica drawing dicks for the rest of the
I just disabled the allow participants to share screen.
Damn it. Oh. Lame. Boo hiss.
Listen, I don't need more panic on what's happening with cameras.
Alright, I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna go check and make sure the lawnmower's not blowing up.
I like that plan, though. Had it blown up, I think we'd know.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, our very loud neighbor would have come and told us.
Alright. Bisexual. That's not going to be abused later.
Gay panic. On my way to steal your girl, never mind, I panicked.
I still have to make that.
The mantra of Nakane Talde. On my way to steal your girl. Nope. Nope.
Never mind, I panicked.
I panicked.
Alright, we don't have a family name for this sand elf.
Oops.
I'm going to go to neutral elf names, and I'm going to scroll through some of these.
How do your family names work?
I have no idea. For sand elves, I wasn't sure.
Rocks.
No?
Their last name is Sand.
Perfect.
They were born a bastard child.
It gets everywhere.
I really don't like that last name.
Which one?
Sand.
Oh.
Why? It doesn't seem like it would get it everywhere.
No, it seems really racist towards sand elves. Jesus.
What are the sand people called in Star Wars?
Jake.
You're asking.
Guns.
I
Thanks, Nand.
was gonna say, why are you asking me? You have a resident Star Wars nerd there.
Kitty.
I mean, I asked it out loud.
I want Deku. But he's too little.
No, you can grab him.
Yeah, but I don't really want to try and keep track of him while on camera.
I guess.
I think I have a weird affiliation towards X names, because I just found Zerlana.
Arla Zerlana.
You're right, that sounds stupid.
Hey, it can't be as bad as like Myth Doli Oli 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 Oliana.
But I did that on purpose.
I just picked names that I like. Shrug.
Arla Dorkin.
This one?
Yeah.
I'm glad you saw that too. My brain's like, would that work? It kind of sounds dumb.
It does kind of sound dumb, but in a good way.
Family name Dorkin.
Dorkin.
That is not the paste button or the delete button.
It could be.
No, that was the button to make things bold, and also the equal sign.
Not with that attitude.
No.
Alright, so... I'm gonna make them slightly under 7 feet. And by that I mean like an inch short of it.
Just very slightly.
I stole them.
Stole who?
I was watching a lot of Doodle Dingo or Dingo Doodles.
Oh, yeah.
D&D stuff with Gothi. So Crazy Gothi is my favorite.
I stored them.
Fettuccine. Potassium. From what I was listening to with them, I think that player actually threw a potato at their DM during that part.
I would.
I mean, if I was playing an old hag to like for a good chunk of the D&D session to mess with my party, and then she turned out to like later on to be a babe, I would absolutely get my DM to let me throw potatoes at people at the table.
Wouldn't be hard to get that DM to allow it. Just saying.
I really need to play a crazy old woman in like a one shot or something. Like just something that's absolutely batshit crazy that isn't Bridget.
What we do is I set up a one-shot that takes place at a retirement home.
Perfect.
And everyone plays old characters. What?
I'm here for that.
Honey, what do you say about that? Jake does a one shot where we're all in a retirement home and we're crazy old people. Don't fucking say it. Don't you fucking say it.
Oh, is it going to be an old joke about Erica?
Don't.
Would I do that, Jake?
Yes,
Yes.
every time. I've done it.
You did it yesterday. Rude. I stole them.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about Arla, because that's sort of what we're here for. Also to apparently just have fun with backgrounds. What more should we have about like her physical characteristics? Like,
Is she a babe?
I mean, yes.
I don't.
She's almost 7 feet tall. Yes.
Anything else about her other than her height that makes her a babe?
She brews alcohol.
How's her muscles?
Probably fairly like strong since like she's lifting kegs all day. She's a strong, independent woman who don't need no work.
I mean, the other option of that is that she doesn't have all that. She has other people doing it for her.
Yeah, but then it could ruin the alcohol.
Well, I'm saying like she commands a bunch of people. She's the one in
But
charge.
to do it right, you got to do it yourself.
You ever think, man, the camera on my phone is too good?
No?
Poop.
Why?
That was a really high definition rat turd.
It was. I looked over at the wrong moment.
Like, look at this picture. Look how like it's prevalent there.
I can't see it.
I got it from Discord. How is it too strong?
I stole them.
Oh. No, hold on.
Bye, Jake.
Good. Free.
My back just...
He's not dead because Katie hasn't killed him to collect the insurance money yet.
I think I'm the only one in our friend group with life insurance.
Yeah.
And I got it for free for the life insurance company.
I mean, that would make sense. Just like it would have made sense to like when I worked for a cleaning company to get like things cleaned for free, but it didn't.
I mean,
Jake.
discount.
Yeah.
I mean, not a very great one.
I sent you the picture.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
If it were, I would have made them clean out my car for free with all the fancy stuff.
High definition rat turd. But also, cute pictures of rats.
Yeah, they're cute. They're very sleepy.
Just gonna, keep that nearby.
So this is really bizarre, but I sent these pictures to Bailey through my phone, right? And then opened them up in Firefox to try and copy paste them to you. And it's apparently too strong now.
That's dumb.
But yeah, Erica, the saying, the only way to make sure it's done right is to do it yourself. That's how people get overly stressed out.
Do not reinforce those stereotypes of Jacob in the earshot.
A strong leader delegates.
But is she a strong leader or is she a strong ruler?
I mean, that's...
I stole them.
I mean, how do you guys want to see her? Because, like, I was just fighting the fact that, brewers have to be strongly built.
I can imagine being a master brewer. She's probably well organized. She knows how to delegate. If somebody probably knows where to delegate and split up the work. Like a fairly new person in her team is not going to be the one mixing shit. And probably not be the one that's putting the ingredients in and blah blah blah, or helping her with the ingredients. Like she's probably really like organizing like I'm repeating myself. I don't know where else to go from here. It's
No,
something
that's
I
fine.
forgot.
She's a good teacher.
Yes.
Really upset right now.
I'm sorry, honey.
Am I gonna regret saying what's wrong?
This isn't the same color.
What isn't the same color?
This thread,
Oh.
same color.
Oh. Right, you're doing that. So she probably has, like, several apprentices that work under her.
Yep.
I'm just covering up the wrong color. Pure enough. It's mislabeled.
Good. Good.
It's Paula.
I forgot that Sean's mom's name was Paula, too.
Yeah, I know, right?
Different kind of Paula.
I'm more stressed out, Paula.
Yikers.
What,
I mean...
what kind of education would, Arla have?
What kind of education is common of Sand Elves / the City of Gold?
Well, the City of Gold is the place with the most education available. They'd actually probably have a proper, like, education system for the general populace, as opposed
She's been there since she was a child?
well, that's a question that you guys can answer.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
I helped with the personality traits. You guys do education.
Alright, let's back up a bit. Let's go into more of her personal history. How did she become a master brewer?
Maybe she apprenticed under somebody else. Sort of like being a brewer is almost like having being like a trade,
Started out
like an artisan
in
thing.
college.
Started off as a hobby in college.
That works.
Under a master brewer.
I told you about the guy in my dorm that brewed moonshine after night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Katie says her family owned a small farm and she would accidentally leave fruit in a jar for long periods of time as a child.
Perfect.
When I guess I should mention when I say during her like standard education, they wouldn't necessarily have colleges at this point. They probably would they'd go through like very basic training, like hey, here's how to read and to write and some basic math.
Yes.
Well, you gotta learn how to count coins somehow.
But I'll go be a farmer.
My God, you guys have such an aversion to math.
Yeah, it's almost like
Use?
a learning disability for me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like basic addition.
Oh, that's fine then.
I use a calculator.
I use my fingers.
And they'd probably teach you to use an abacus in this school. If you grew up during a period of time...
Clacky, clacky.
Oh, it does? Okay, cool. I don't know. I got that simple thumb learning.
See,
Very simple corn folk.
see, that was like the
House.
that was like the calculators of the time. So if you were raised during a time that the abacus was the only thing, I'm sure it would be more natural to you than, you know,
Clicky, 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 clicky.
Bailey in formal education in Iferon doesn't actually learn how to do math. They just play with the abacus a lot.
They did try to, like, show us an abacus in one of the classes when I was young, and they had to take it away from me.
They had to take it away from who? Why am I not surprised?
All right.
Clicky, 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 clicky.
So, I put, after taking an interest into brewing during her education.
Perfect.
So, totally reasonable that she was, like, making alcohol while she was learning.
How many of her teachers were
I mean,
All of them.
in this world, probably most of them. Katie says kindergarten equals education.
I mean, in the strictest sense of the word, you aren't wrong.
Yeah, I would say like education in this sense is not extensive unless you're talking probably if you're an elf, your education is probably longer.
Probably.
Mostly because you're considered a kid for a lot longer.
Yep. That would suck.
And they probably have you specialize a lot more in elven society. But if she grew up in the City of Gold, she might have gotten an education akin to humans.
Mm-hmm.
I just had the George R. Martin J.R.R. Tolkien epic rap battle in my head right now.
Are you still thinking Bionic Manatee?
Myopic, and yes.
Whatever.
And Hobbit, the whole script.
All right.
And it's called fantasy.
I really thought you had seen like most of epic rap battles of history.
I thought so too, but I completely forgot that that one even existed.
Okay. So accomplishments and achievements. One thing we know is that she won a year for the Festival of Holy Water.
Yay!
Good job, Arla. You can sell your new thing for one more profit than usual now. Yeah, it's Jake's World, probably silver. Have as much monetary.
It's well, what so it's not so much as like allowed to. It's more of she'd probably start charging more just for more people trying to buy her product. To keep things in stock, because if people come by and just wipe out her whole supply.
Yeah, it's not like you can whip up a new batch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can.
Depends. Well, she might have to go to. She would probably have to go to like a magic school to learn that kind of magic.
Or she?
I mean, unless we want to make her a warlock.
Is her stuff just magically always in stock, no matter how much you buy?
Yeah, her warlock patron is actually a supplier of her alcohol, and she's actually a fraud.
No, she's not a fraud. It's just that it's always in supply because she can have a magical deity's servant that is a servant under her make all of her fermentation and delivery happen.
I'm going to put limits on this because I understand how economics works, and that's a one-way ticket to no.
Hey, you over there.
Hey, can I have those?
Who? Me or?
That one over
Can
there.
I have those?
Move your mic back up next to your mouth.
Can I have those?
Have what? The dice?
Yeah.
You gotta fight battle crazed for him.
Oh,
What
shit.
the fuck are you talking about?
I sent a picture of dice people.
Oh, you didn't send it to me? No, you didn't.
I said I'll send it to you too, Jake.
Oh, those are pretty. Here, I'll actually put them on stream so people can see what we're talking about.
I really like sharp edged dice.
I like semi-opaque those.
You like math rocks?
Uh-oh. I think Katie just got sexually aroused.
That's because you are both bisexual.
I am not.
That can go in more than one way, babe. Alright.
Oh. Oh no.
What is it, Andrew?
I just found the worst pun ever.
Really? And I thought mine was pretty bad.
You keep you are very distracted. I haven't heard a peep out of you during this whole thing. Except for distractions! What the fuck?
6 hours outside today. Very tired. I just said that to Robert.
Yes.
You do need to send that. To
Good.
I'm putting it up on stream because we're gonna share what you're doing with the class.
Ha ha.
Oh my god. Jade says meet sexual like a shonen protagonist. Listen, the fact that I share both a sexual orientation with Luffy.
Truth.
Jade.
Jade.
I was also talking about the meet sexual thing.
Oh, this is a bit sexual joke.
I mean, he also happens to be asexual, but
Yes.
still, he loves food.
Truth.
All right. Do we want to give her any mental trauma?
She lost a year of the Festival of Holy.
Yes.
She ties her self-worth directly to people's enjoyment of her ale.
No, hold on, I got a better one. Her biggest rival is an ex who stole one of her recipes and has been winning with it.
Ooh. I like that one.
Shit. Hold on. I gotta.
Spoiler alert, the ex is Dragnor. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would never
That would.
search Dragnor's name
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
it's your mom.
Ah! No. No, we know who Alina's mom is. Yeah.
All right. I need.
We're gonna get popsicles. I guess we're not going now, huh? That was so fun. Just you going.
I'm gonna say that they probably didn't win like they probably won like several subcategories. I don't want to quite put it on the pedestal of the whole festival for the city. But there would be like smaller awards that they'd give out, like best in color or shit. I'm gonna have to look up brewing competitions.
Yeah, because I got nothing for you.
There could also be other competitions outside of the Festival of Holy Water that are just, less prestigious, but still important to a lot of brewers.
Erica's fancy now.
Sorry, I really gotta pee because I have the bladder of a 40-year-old woman after 3 children. 50-year-old woman after 3 children.
Jesus.
So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I should put up the picture of Zia from today.
I'm moving things around. So, because of the X thing, she probably has trust issues.
I mean,
Probably.
probably.
Especially when it comes to circumstances involving her
Her recipes.
her recipes.
What's in this? Get out of my shop!
Hey, it's an probably some of her experimental brews. She is definitely some of her experimental brews. She's probably very cautious of. A majority of the recipes for her stuff that is actually out there, she probably can't keep too much of a secret. But there's probably one step in the process that she's like, nope, you're not allowed to know what this is. There's a special ingredient I ain't telling you about. With that probably means she does actually do a lot of her own work.
Stop it. Should be. You went cross-eyed for a second before that one came. I was watching you try to sneeze, and your eyes went opposite directions. They didn't go towards each other. They went away from each other for a split second while you were like, eh.
Fuck off.
I can tell I haven't worked on something in a long time. My hands fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, that image of Zia is perfect.
This was from today.
Jane's like, I just noticed the Grinch.
I just changed him.
Oh yeah, the image that's on mine is a commission for All Souls Day. I'll slip out of camera for a second.
Jade's paying attention. 1 second, let me put up something for Jade. Reaction here. So, yeah, she probably does do a lot of her own work.
I love this magical fake green screen.
It's not perfect, but it's not fucking bad either.
It's not perfect, but it fails in just the right ways.
It's Nick Cage. You don't recognize Nick Cage?
It's from all the memes. If I lean back at just the right angles, it's just my face.
You're just coming out of the lantern.
I am the spirit of the lantern. Shit. God, I can't stretch my neck that way. Okay. Suddenly we can see Erica's chair.
It's because Erica's moving around. Okay, I'm gonna put the bridge back.
Okay. I have it. She's lean and muscular.
Okay, yeah, I'm comfortable with that. More like a swimmer.
Yeah.
Musculature.
Mm-hmm. There's something about that that just makes sense for some people. She is someone I would not want to punch me in the jaw.
Why not?
She probably has a mean fucking hook.
Well, Jade, it was a Homestuck reference because Nick Cage.
Oh yeah. The one fun thing about these green screens, Jade. Shit. I can replace my head with a potato!
There you go. Hello, new DM.
Roll for initiative!
Last time I heard you say that, you didn't remember saying it.
You are correct!
And then you were like, why would I say that? I don't even use initiative.
This is precious. I really need to pick up googly eyes.
Hey, new GM, what's the question for what we needed to work on next?
My arm hurts. I was mostly just trying to fill some things out for her. So I don't have anything else about her body structure. I also don't know what her hair's like.
Can she have a pet marmot?
A what?
A marmot.
How do you spell it?
M-A-R-M-O-T.
It's basically a fucking groundhog.
Yeah, basically.
Where are they from?
I'm sorry that you keep getting new animals from me. A marmot.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where they're found.
I think northern Washington, northern Montana.
Marmots?
Yeah, they're definitely in Canada because they're really adapted to cold weather.
Okay.
Vancouver marmot. So yeah, that's Canadian.
I don't see why not.
Excellent.
There are species of marmot across Asia, Europe, and North America.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do is
Oh, fucking groundhogs are marmots.
yeah, they look like groundhogs.
No. Groundhogs are marmots.
So marmots are woodchuck.
What? Andrew, what the fuck is your background?
It's from Shadowrun.
Okay.
So, you want to hear a funny story about a conversation me and Bailey had the other day?
At least it wasn't Master Chief.
Hold on. Bailey,
Yeah.
if she's getting a pet marmot, you have to name it.
How is she like kind of cutesy with her pets, you guys, or is she like, you know, if she has a pet marmot, she's probably like way too invested in it and makes voices for it.
Probably. I'm sorry. Did we just make Elvin Kristoff from Frozen only with a
You know
marmot
what?
and not?
In that case, let's name it Sven.
Oh no.
Sven?
Yeah, let's name it Sven in honor of Frozen.
Okay, you can proceed with your story.
I guess Andrew doesn't care to continue the story, which I don't mind.
Oh, so, story. We were outside the other day, and I don't remember which way it went, but Bailey was like, hey, I think a groundhog crawled out from underneath the neighbor's house. And I was like, oh yeah, I saw a woodchuck in the backyard the other day, and they were like, no, it looked like a groundhog. And I was like,
No, I said woodchuck because I didn't know
It
it was
was-
groundhog.
yeah, I was like, groundhogs and woodchucks are the exact same thing. Woodchuck is just the Midwest term for groundhog.
Which was like very enlightening because you said something about, and I was like, about groundhogs, and I was like, well, I've eaten a woodchuck, but not a groundhog, and you were like,
Disney sues Nerdlopedia for stealing the name Sven.
It basically just means Steve.
Pretty much.
I didn't know that.
Big summer blowout.
Yeah, no, Sven is like the,
No, Steve came from Spanish.
no, but if you use Sven in, let me find it. There's a person in Russia who named their pet bear Sven, and they were like, Yeah, I just really like the name Steve, and this is the Russian version of the name Steve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the original Steven came from Esteban.
Yeah.
I like that name. That's a good name.
Katie has a friend whose name is Esteban. There's one feature about Arla we haven't talked about. Her hair.
What hair?
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Tattoos on her head.
No hair.
Oh,
No hair. She's got tattoos on her head.
See, if she has hair, she risks it getting into the ale. And that's
Yeah.
not a good thing to add. So
Yeah.
she's just bald.
Yeah.
oh.
Makes sense.
Intricate tattoos depicting different stages of beer brewing.
So
she's got like greenery tattooed on her head, and it's like hops and different things like
Yeah. Yes.
Or like any common fruits that she uses to flavor her ale.
Yeah.
she's not a plant.
that. That's why we said tattooed.
They're tattoos.
Oh. Okay, tattoos of them. I thought you were talking about growing plants out of her head. I'm like, maybe the wood, maybe the wood elves, but
She's a plant elf. If she was gonna grow any plant out of her head, it would be a cactus.
Truth.
grow
She is a cactus. She gets all that scrubbly from shaving her head.
Don't catch her on when she's had a stretch of time where she's been really invested in making it. You can see like some of her hair, growing through.
Looks a little bit strange, but give her a light color hair, but nobody really knows what color it is because her eyebrows are one of those where it could go a few different ways. Like, you're not sure if it's a light brown or blonde.
Wait, so what would her eyebrows look like?
Like
As
eyebrows?
as a sand elf, she probably spends a lot of time out in the sun, so it's probably just bleached eyebrows.
Well, that's if she was in the Wind Desert, but she's not in the Wind Desert.
She's
I
a
imagine she
seagull.
probably still enjoys spending time outside, and she probably grows her own ingredients, so she spends a lot of time in a garden.
Fair.
You know, it would make sense for a druid to be a brewmaster in a way.
There probably are some. You have to just convince them to, come out of the forest and not just drink it all.
Yeah, right.
Really? No.
Because they probably brew a bunch of beer in the Alluring
They
Forest.
probably, in all honesty, have like the best alcohol recipes known to anybody in Ifron.
But
They're not known to anybody in Ifron because they don't come out of the goddamn forest.
Also, the druids are a very secretive bunch usually.
Yeah. Yeah, because
That-
Grandpa's real secretive.
Her marmot is her druid animal companion.
I like that. That's cute.
I mean, out of all of you, actually, Nind has, not told you much about where he's from. He's just like, druidy stuff.
Have you noticed that we're trying to feed a lot of our NPCs with pets so that Tavern will have a reason to interact with them?
You guys aren't gonna go on, pet heists, are you?
I mean, unless they're not taking care of their pets.
Which we know Dog Lesbian does.
Yeah, dog lesbian takes very good care of her dogs.
She didn't name Sven from her from the tongue from her elven tongue. She just liked the name.
Oh my god, I don't know what those are, but they're cuter than shit.
Frogs!
They're called glass frogs.
Oh.
I sent them to Jake too.
What the fuck?
They're frogs.
They're
If
frogs.
there's a better picture of them that you can kind of see.
Oh, okay. I can actually see their legs now. Like, I was confused. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
thought they were like some little like grubby or slug or something like that
Yeah.
at first.
That's actually their form of camouflage, is to be partially translucent, because the female lays their eggs up on leaves and tall stalks, and the male typically stays and defends them, and he can defend multiple clutches of tadpoles at a time, and basically they fall 20 feet into water when they hatch, but the male needs to survive to kill any bugs that would normally eat the eggs, so he blends in to look a bit like the eggs, but also be able to hide from airborne predators like birds.
Okay, Meg.
I actually know a lot about glass frogs.
oh yeah, I actually saw there was one of the nature documentaries I watched covered them too. So a lot of the information you said, I was like, oh yeah, I knew that.
Like,
Which is funny because Tier Zoo recently did a frog tier list. And they're not very high on the list. But it's a good video to watch. Imagine the look on the face of a paladin of Suno, reading the list of crimes. 15 counts of using druid magic to steal pets and then awakening them.
Okay, but Dog Lesbian would be so excited if all of her dogs just started talking to her.
You let me lick my own ass! 15 times.
And she would just never get over how wonderful it is that she could talk to her animals.
and now they know that if she's giving them the eardrops, it's to help them.
Hold the fuck still so I can give this to you. No, 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 no! Alright. Okay, we had some more stuff that we needed to cover. So she does have trust issues.
An elf with trust issues? Imagine that.
Well, because you guys had it so her ex stole one of her recipes.
I mean, it makes sense, but you know.
I was gonna say, it had nothing to do with her being an elf. It had more to do with,
I know, I was just being an asshole. I was just being an asshole.
Alright, hold on. So identifying features, she has tattoos of various brewing ingredients. On her scalp. Any facial features about her that, she might have? Does she have any piercings?
No, because I feel like piercings would have the possibility of falling into the ale.
Unless she did like an eyebrow piercing.
Yeah.
Like if it was a facial piercing, but I don't think she has pierced ears.
No.
Makes sense.
Have you noticed if your lip ring's gone?
Yeah, she also probably wouldn't have that just, for drinking all the time. I don't know. Might not be a preference she has. Yeah, I mean, we don't have to actually put anything here. I was just, would she have anything like that?
Perpetual resting bitch face. Yeah. No. Lindsay.
Okay, so we also have physical quirks, which,
Dana! Hi, Dana!
Hey! Hello!
Hi, Dana.
Hi, Dana.
So, bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, would she have any physical quirks about her? She likes washing her hands, or... I don't... I think... what was... I think we gave one to the... Listen, I'm trying to think here. Fine, let's go to something better. Apparel and accessories. What the hell would she wear?
Probably depending or not if it's if she's going to the festival. I can imagine like if she's like at her place of work, it's more like casual sort of wear. But if it's like something more of a festival, I can imagine since she is a brewmaster and she's well known, it'd be in her best interest to dress a little bit more finely.
I want this bald tattooed woman to be wearing sundresses whenever she has to like make a good image for herself.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
you want her wearing sundresses?
Yes.
I'm gonna say sometimes she wears an apron while she's working.
But when we meet her at the festival, she needs to be wearing a sundress. Because I also think that would be like something, especially if she was raised in the wind desert for a while, that she'd be more used to having worn.
Could you send me a picture of a sample dress? Because I'm terrible with fashion. And I need
Wear sundresses.
I need to learn.
Here.
I like that sunflower pattern one.
Yeah, that would be a good one for her too. Zoom, you should pull up, please.
Not the Festival of the Sun. God damn it. Even though she probably does participate in that too.
Please pull. What's your name? I'm your number one nightmare.
I hate you.
Darkness.
Oh, okay. It's like that's a tight. That. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a light summer dress. They're usually pretty flowy at the bottom. But they can... Sometimes they're belted, sometimes they aren't.
She probably has like, because she became a master brewer, she probably has like a wide array of these. She probably got she likely got very wealthy. Oh hey, Katie's
It's
well
inside out, but like feel it.
Okay.
Like it's an
Yeah.
airy material.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's not visible on the camera because
Well,
I have.
that's okay. Like I just wanted you to know what a sundress looked like.
Okay. Exciting.
Now you know the clothes.
I now know the difference between a sundress and a regular dress. Ish. That it's not just any old dress.
It's very flowy.
I'm gonna say she would wear sundresses in good weather. How would she deal with the cold? Unless she's just used to it.
She's not used to it.
She hates it.
In the cold, she's a bundled pile of fabric that shuffles around.
Me in the cold, a bundled pile of fabric.
We have a couple friends that moved here in 2010 from the Middle East, and they still aren't used to the cold.
During the winter, she wears several layers, sometimes giving the appearance of a moving bundle of cloth.
She's one of those people that'll wear like 3 scarves. Her hat's like almost over her eyes.
Would she actually wear a hat with the sundresses and stuff, or
Probably, because normally, even if she's not in the desert currently, when you live in the desert, you like wear head wraps and shit.
Yeah.
Unless she's wanted to show off her tattoos. I can picture her with a good floppy hat.
Well, Katie, she doesn't really need protection from the sun. She's a sun elf, so her she has she's very dark skinned to begin with, and she's also an elf in that regard, so some natural magic that protects her from the sun. But she doesn't have dark vision. Oh god, I forgot about that. I gave them tremor sense.
I don't know how many people are waiting outside of her shop for her to bring out a new beer just by standing barefoot near the door.
She can feel you walking up behind her.
Yes.
Oh god damn it, I see you put old Gothi on your background.
I stole that.
But
I wrapped up another 3 or 4 days.
Here, have a potato.
but
You'd like potatoes, right?
Does she have any other tattoos?
Sure.
Yes.
What kind and where?
I imagine that she's got one like on her leg that is from the same shop that she studied in.
Mm-hmm.
Like a throwback to her old brewing master.
What would that be? Because you say it's a throwback, but
I don't know, what does their shop have?
beer?
What kind of beer? Is it like beer on a cheese plate background? Is it
None of this has been set, so that's a great question. Anyone else can jump in and answer it.
does she work with like a local bakery and a local dairy place to like bring in fresh bread and cheese and like actually hold like beer tasting parties?
Yes.
Yes, I hadn't.
That's a great way to promote your business.
I hadn't quite gotten to the actual business itself yet.
Oh, okay.
That
What were you talking about?
talking about her. So, what it was that Bailey was saying the tattoo on her leg is a throwback to the person she apprenticed with, but a throwback to what? Like, and the question was like, well, what does that business do? Well, that's a great question.
Another question is who is her mentor?
Mm-hmm.
Jake, go roll the race.
You really just like me using this table, don't you?
Yes.
I put some solid fucking work into that. It took me like 2 hours to make that bitch. It does math automatically.
Ooh, fancy.
That would be a 40. That's a half elf, and I need to figure out what type of half elf. Interesting. A sun elf. A half sun elf. Okay. So we probably need to go back to her personal history. Under Master Brewer. Nah. We also need to determine a sex, I guess. I rolled an 18, so that's also female.
Female. Yep.
Which means we need a sand elf name.
Sun elf name.
Sun elf name. I kind of like this one, Kaylin. Named Kaylin. Because they're a sun elf. They actually go by titles. So, Master of the Brew. Victor of the... I'm going to say a much older... an older... God, what's... trying to... an older festival. Okay. All right. I forgot how long Sun Elf names can get. Even though she's a half elf, she would probably be. It's likely that she could be raised under her, her elven side and actually take on the Sun Elf tradition of naming. I mean, as a half elf, she probably has a choice. Like as an adult, she's like, no, I'm not gonna go by my human last name. Okay. All right. So we got her mentor's name, which means now we can actually go back to what that tattoo is about. Maybe. Oh look, Bailey's back.
Yes. Sorry, I realized that I'd only had some cheese and crackers today.
I had a waffle and some bacon because of Katie. So we actually determined who her mentor was because you brought up the whole tattoo of that, and that didn't clarify things. So her mentor is a half sun elf named Kaylin. However, what Kaylin did is still a mystery. Bless you.
Oh, that second one was much stronger. I added some things to the population thing for you.
Hey! I don't...
You add? I can't see.
It's sex and the Kinsey scale.
Yay!
Well, like, as an example, here's a sample of some modern brewery logos.
Oh, so you were saying that having the old brewery that her mentor worked in. Ted. Okay, see, that was not... that didn't really... you weren't very specific about that. You were just saying...
It sounded like it was.
So... I guess the question is, what was Kaylin's, brewery called?
I mean, depends on if it actually matters or not.
Well, yes, if I have to describe what it is... It probably does matter. Alright. Look, brewery name generator.
Amazing.
Alright. We got a few here. None of them don't... Some of them don't really make a lot of sense. Red Herring Brewing Company. Praying mantis. Ooh, Grand Northern Brewing Company.
Okay.
I need to write that one down for later. I don't think that quite works for Kaylin unless we want to... Because to me that sounds a lot like, oh, this is like a brewing conglomerate. A large group of breweries. And, totally not going to include this in some other backstory stuff, but, like, that could be a company that, like, bought out her mentor's brewery, and that could be an area of discomfort for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, God damn it! I'll be right back.
Does Erica have to pee again?
I like Work Hop Ale Works.
Work Hop Ale Works.
I don't know why. I just like that. And then maybe part of their logo is like a grasshopper.
That's a good one, yeah. The brewery owned by her mentor. Alright, so now we can go into a little bit of personal history. Damn it. I hate it when World Anvil does this to me. Sometimes it won't let me actually, like, use the enter key to move things down a page. So I have to go back and... Okay. Alright, so from the sounds of this, okay, so her parents were both Sun Elves, so either we could have it where they were natives to the City of Gold, or they were from the Wind Desert, and she moved up here.
Maybe they were from the desert, but when she was like quite young, they moved up so that she would have more opportunities.
I really like that. Hold on. Arla was born in the Southern Spear. When her parents decided to move to the City of Gold to give their daughter more opportunities. I swear I can type. So she was basically raised there. Her parents probably working, like kind of working side jobs until they could actually get a better profession, or they were professionals in their own fields and stuff. I almost want to say, like, her father might be, I don't know, like, one of her parents being a soldier.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the mom, if it's the mom or the dad. How about I roll for it?
Okay.
High or low?
Hi.
I'm going to say high for the mother.
Okay.
It was the father. Her father was a soldier who... I'm going to say he went to fight in the Silver City to earn money. Oh, I can't. Fuck. This also gives me an opportunity to explain where at least half of her parents are. Erica doesn't like the way I worded that. What was her mother? Because we already know that it's not a family business, so she's probably not a brewer. Katie says a hamster.
I was gonna say it too.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
She's a brewer, it makes sense.
A tailor?
The elderberries part. Not the hamster.
Okay.
Hold on, I got a list of jobs.
Well, Erica just said a tailor.
That was also. That's on the list.
That could explain why she likes sundresses.
Yeah.
Tailor who specialized in making sundresses. Selling them to obviously make money for the family. During Arla's education, she stumbled upon a book about brewing
Stumbled.
and tried doing it herself.
Stumbled.
Experimenting. I'm probably gonna say, like, she probably got herself sick a few times doing this.
Oh, absolutely.
Herself sick. And drunk a few times, cause I feel like there's gotta be, like, her parents aren't too happy with that at first. Like, what? No! Stop doing that! Stop putting that nasty fluid in you!
Stop being drunk.
You're 11! Stop it!
Sorry, I got quiet there for a second. I just got a message that Bleeding Tides went on Kickstarter.
That what did?
It's a company I've been following since they did Neva a long time back, and most of the company at the college ended up staying together, and now this is their first game.
Oh, cool.
So I've been following them.
I'm gonna say, like, okay, so I'm coming back to this. I'm gonna say, like, her parents banned her from, you know, brewing alcohol. And then being a rebellious teenager, that's all she wanted to do.
Yep. Perfect. Teenage elven rebellion.
I'm comfortable with that.
How should we talk about how she got an apprenticeship with this master brewer?
Bothered her until she was made an apprentice.
After school, she kept going by this person's shop and just irritating the fuck out of her. Just asking her questions and asking her questions.
Okay, but what about what if she just shows up one day and like starts doing stuff around the shop and this person's like, what are you doing? It's just like, I'm your apprentice.
I'm also comfortable with that.
Don't you remember?
What do you mean you're my apprentice? I'm your apprentice.
Jade says potion of suggestion.
I don't have an apprentice. Yeah, you do. It's me.
Don't you remember? No, I don't. Well, that was probably because you had a drink in your hand.
I'm gonna guess that her mentor was actually a very well-known brewer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do the standard, protagonist thing where like, it's the reluctant mentor.
I'm comfortable with that.
She's like, no, I don't take apprentices. No, I don't take apprentices. No,
Because I'm your apprentice.
no, I don't take apprentices.
She takes a day off and comes into the shop because she forgot something and the kid's just behind the counter selling alcohol.
But I'm your apprentice. Fine, whatever. I do just love that imagery.
I like how much of that is just lost in. Initially reluctant to take on the apprentice, but gave in after Arla persisted.
Yeah, I know.
Lose so much of the detail with summaries like that.
Yes, but if I go into too much detail, then it becomes a fucking novel.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's just always fun to see.
Oh god, there was a name for the... Okay. Work Hop Ale Works.
It just didn't translate as well from the Elfish.
Okay. Organize. I put Kaylin learned a lot at her time, but no, it's Arla.
And you probably want during your time.
Yeah. Arla is not a misspelled word. Just fucking ignore it. Whatever. I'm gonna say that the Workhop Ale Works was bought out using shady business practices. I don't know what stops Kaylin from brewing.
Probably not much.
Probably not at all.
I'm your apprentice. Does anything go by?
Well, no, I'm not talking about Arla. I'm talking about Kaylin. Her. Jade says Mr. Nibbles strikes again. Oh shit! Getting pushed out because of getting a visit from Mr. Nibbles. I mean, that could be a way that it works. Mr. Nibbles does some things to your kneecaps that you don't really get well from.
How could you?
Hey, Jade's the one who suggested it.
How could you?
I do like that.
Oh my god.
Hold on. There, I actually included with some shady business practices and intervention and the intervention. Oh, an intervention of the Golden Cats, which is the gang that is run by Mr. Nibbles. I feel like after this, I feel like what might help drive Arla is that whatever happened during this, actually causes Kaylin to like retire.
Okay.
Like she's just like, I can't go through that again. This is a lot of detail that we're going into for a character that you might not get all of this detail.
We probably won't get even half of this detail.
I know. Jade says, I hope the party gets to meet Mr. Nibbles. Oh, God.
Gruff Mr. Nibbles. Gets set up to be this huge thing, and it's like, what? This is it?
What is the term for it? Like, at this point, like, Arla's probably completely pissed at this company and is like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own brewery with blackjack and hookers for the sake of my mentor.
Avenge.
Avenge the reputation.
Something.
What? We actually don't have a brewing company name for Arla's brewery. Jade's like, revenge, fire, and blood. Well, let's go through the English name generator. Oh my God! Oh, that name, Final Swallow.
It's the name of a brothel.
Last whistle, huh? Some of these ones are kind of scary looking.
Mustache Brewers.
I kind of like Rough Draft.
It's like you put down, like, they're like, okay, well, we need to figure out how we're going to structure this business. Well, what's that? Okay, well, let's just put something down for now to, you know, get it out of the way. Rough Draft. Okay, one of you remember.
Well, for now, until we figure something out, why don't you put down Rough Draft Brewing Company?
My God. I think that's what we're gonna have to go with.
I'm taking that hose from you.
All right. Worked hard for several years, working to avoid the
Mr. Nibbles' iron
paw. I'm just gonna working to avoid the encroaching of the the Grand Northern Brewing Company. Just like, hey, yeah, we're gonna try to buy you out. No, you're not. Oh, but we have the paperwork. Those are wrong. I've got the proper paperwork. She's just schooling them in, the business end of things, going by the letter of the law and
Yep.
and avoiding Mr. Nibbles.
Well, you see, the main problem here is that this document's clearly got some issues to it, because if you look at this area in paragraph 14,
So, with this period of her life having to deal with the Grand Northern Brewing Company and Mr. Nibbles, she really learns how to take care of a business.
maybe that's also how she ended up involved with her ex. Maybe her ex was actually like a sleeper agent of Mr. Nibbles.
Ooh.
Spy.
Yes, dear? Because you just walked into my office, leaned up against the door, and sighed really heavily and looked into the distance.
Yes.
Hi, Katie.
Have
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
inside.
No, she can't hear you, but everyone says hi.
Oh,
What do you...
the termites have moved inside. And so when I walked into the bathroom, there are bugs everywhere.
Oh, fun.
So, I used what is left of our isopropyl alcohol to spray the fuck out of them.
Okay.
So they're all dead.
That's good.
But
Katie.
that's like 99 proof alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol in a tiny room.
Oh, are you feeling it?
I just wanted to take a shower.
Well, you're sweet, Katie.
Everyone's feeling it for you.
Thanks, guys.
You phrased that so much more nicely than us.
Sounds like Katie's gonna have an extra early night.
Erica
Katie's
says
gonna
it
go
sounds...
play Animal Crossing.
Erica said it sounds like you're gonna have an early night, and Bailey said sounds like you're gonna go and play Animal Crossing.
Drunk Animal Crossing.
Yes and yes. If there is one thing good that came out of Sean, it was him teaching me that isopropyl alcohol kills bugs like that.
You are correct.
Only redeeming factor.
Bailey says you are correct.
Only redeeming factor.
All right.
Even if the way that we learned that involved me being profoundly embarrassed at how much of a douchebag he was.
Yeah, but Michelle fixed his little red wagon real good. That was one of the best discoveries of my life.
I may have missed it.
Michelle crapped him out of every wedding picture.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I pointed that out. I was like, wait, Sean was like right next to me leaning. Oh my god.
It's been a while since we've actually because for the longest time we were just avoiding talking about that.
I don't know if this is the place to spill the tea.
Probably not.
Probably.
Especially if he watches.
I don't know what he'd be doing watching with me on here.
I mean, yeah, you're correct then. Are anybody else's allergies just like exceptionally bad this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was writing.
How are your allergies?
Non-existent.
You bastard.
Non-existent. My name's Jake. Yeah, they're non-existent.
How do you get no fucking allergies? Yeah, but you're just perpetually an asshole like that.
Oh, so I'm the one who gets railed on, but Nin gets away scot-free.
The fuck he does.
Okay, Erica will get him. She's gonna feed him spicy food and not warn him or something. I try to warn you, but sometimes I don't think of black pepper as something that I need to list as spicy.
Man, I'm glad I'm not that white.
Okay, so this personal history, I wrote down, like, how she got through this business stuff. The last sentence is then, she has a pet marmot named Sven.
Perfect.
That's fine. We don't need to know how she got Sven. Just that Sven is there.
Jake,
Yeah.
some gameplay has been released to the new Assassin's Creed.
Oh, they actually released gameplay?
Oh, we've lost them, folks.
Goodbye.
What?
Thanks for coming to our stream. Jake and Andrew are going to be talking about Assassin's Creed now.
We're going to be talking about the almighty sneaky game of Ass Creed.
Ass Creed, thank you.
Ass class.
Yeah, I got to that final season. I went, oh, look, this is where it ends. Click.
That's the end of the show.
I went, oh, they beat Takaoka and lived happily ever after. Click.
Erica, I'm surprised you don't have a background set.
I'm trying to think of the next thing I'm going to put up on my background.
Alright, how wealthy is she?
She's not really successful.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. What is it, Andrew?
The, male character for the Assassin's Creed game is, whew.
That doesn't describe anything! That means attractive, probably large upper arms, slightly rugged feature, but yet, not, like, beyond middle-aged. Probably hair that isn't long enough to pull back, but isn't short either.
Oh, no. Definitely long enough to pull back.
Oh, okay.
And pull on.
Alright, hold on.
Listen, I'm finally on medication that lets me understand emotions.
That wasn't an emotion, that was just food.
That's an emotion! You are describing an emotion!
I sent you a picture of the new character.
Alright, hold on. I'm trying to...
Sent it to Erica.
Hold on.
Oh, he is attractive. That's a Viking. Hello.
Oh, okay.
The new Assassin's Creed is called Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
That much I knew.
Hey, Jake, do you like my new background?
Ah, fuck!
Keeping this for the rest of the stream.
Oh wait. There we go.
Oh, this is such a pretty game. Jake, we're gonna have to play the shit out of this.
Oh. I know they took... Oh yeah, it was you that said they took away multiplayer.
Yeah. They completely removed multiplayer. Ubisoft finally got the fucking hint that no one cares about multiplayer in Assassin's Creed.
I'm curious if I should actually pick up some of the older games and, you know...
Well, Andrew started playing Black Flag for me.
Oh, I've beaten Black Flag.
That's the last, in my opinion, that's the last good one.
I stopped at Syndicate. I got partway through it and then just stopped.
Name Sailor Jake.
Contacts, relations, and other affiliations. Trying to think if she has any positive business partners.
Ragnar.
It's a little far away.
I mean,
Maybe
they
that's-
did
maybe-
the Brew Summit.
Maybe that's how she got such a good ale all the way up in the City of Gold, is by recruiting someone that was from really far away. So she's got very
Are you trying to say that the City of Gold has bad ale?
no.
Yikes.
Oh, someone's throwing some shade!
God, like unique for the City of Gold. She's using very
So you're saying that the City of Gold is boring with its ale?
I'm gonna mute you.
Look, I need
I'm
some
trying to find a specific word and you're fucking me up.
exotic ingredients.
Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for.
So, what you're saying is that she probably went to the Southern Spear to get contacts for unique ingredients.
Yes.
And of course, probably went around drinking. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Like after the whole thing where her recipe got stolen, she actually she redesigned her recipe from the ground up, and that she did a bunch of traveling to get new ingredients.
I like that. To reinvent her recipes. This is all just a plot to get her to know Dragnor. I know that.
What'd I miss?
The new brewer knows Dragnor.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well,
Dadnor.
that's still a fucking stretch.
Dadnor.
So they at least met during the beer summit and got to know each other.
I don't
He's
think.
interested in some of the southern flavors that he was picking up in her ale, knowing that she was from the City of Gold.
Okay, first of all, that's assuming that she attends the brewing summit, because it's probably controlled by the Grand Northern Brewing Company.
She's the brewmaster, though.
She's a brewmaster. That doesn't mean
She's
there.
got her own with Blackjack and Hooker.
Yes.
God damn it!
Oh no. Here, Erica, be gay for the female main character for Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah, I'm gay. Yeah, I'm still gay.
Holy shit.
Fine, I'll pull them up so everyone can see what you
I
guys are.
sent them all to you on Discord.
So, I've seen this one. Yeah. Yep. And then let's take a look at. All right.
So Erica's still gay.
Good to know.
Oh, god damn it. Stop that. Stop that.
Right?
She
Tell
d-
me about it, Jade. Whew.
I wish there was a higher detail picture. All right. We got a little bit more to go, and we're almost done. With her. Let's see here. So I'm on to the social tab. Oh, hold on. There's the... hold on. Social affiliated organization is the Rough Draft Brewing Co. Because she leads the damn thing.
Gross.
All right. I can't imagine that she has like too many extreme religious views. Also because of how I found the best explanation for how religion is here in Ethereum. It's actually not too dissimilar from Shinto, where they acknowledge that. So, like in Shinto, the kame are not exactly gods, but they still what is it? It's they still show respect for them. So it's a similar result to that, where they acknowledge, like, everyone acknowledges the gods exist, and they go to them for help, and they pay their respects for those gods. But those people might not consider themselves religious. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It just took me seeing a completely different religion to put it into words what it is.
Yeah.
So, it's possible that she probably falls under that purview as well. Because that's a pretty common thing. Because if you're really getting into the religious part of thing, that would be where you get the priests, the clerics, the paladins. Those are the individuals who are actually religious. Social aptitude. I think we already went over this. She's got a silver tongue, and I feel like I made a mistake by saying that.
Why, Jake?
I don't know. We're talking about a bisexual sand elf who's almost 7 feet tall, and I'm in a Zoom chat with a bunch of gay people. I mean, yes, I count among them, but still. Shit, what is it called? It's a rule, but it's not actually a rule. Like when you go to a fancy ball or something, there are rules you have to follow, but they're not called rules.
Etiquette.
Yes. I don't know how to spell etiquette.
You'll get there. Got a lot of vowels.
There we go. Fucking Grammarly didn't know what the fuck I was trying to spell. They're like, estimate?
You were like, no, not quite.
Be back in a minute.
Never.
Wow, we've managed to make 2 gay characters that are incredibly socially adept over the course of a couple streams.
Yeah, where's our chaos gaze?
Your party.
Okay.
We need more gays like Nakane where it's like,
We have one. Her name's Myth.
Oh, shit, pets and hobbies. Fuck. I can take that out of her, take that out of personal history. Social. Pets and hobbies. She has a marmot named Sven. Mannerisms. What are
Confident.
Her speech is very confident.
Yeah, she probably like moves confidently too. Like she knows she works hard and is like comfortable with that and what she does. She isn't like self-conscious about her appearance.
That makes a lot of sense considering her backstory. I'd also imagine she's actually fairly, like, she may be, like, large, but, like, she's probably actually very, like, her footsteps are very soft.
Yeah.
Largely because of her ability to literally feel through the ground.
Yeah, and she's got that like elvish grace.
So she's kind of like all of her movements are soft, but they're not like that floaty feeling that floaty
Yeah.
kind of. It's like she steps with confidence, but it lands softly. It's not like she's going around fucking stomping everywhere.
Sort of like how I'm afraid of women that can move quietly in high heels.
Which is probably her.
Yeah. I have a lot of fear.
Although she probably doesn't like high heels as much. Her preference is probably completely barefoot. Just to feel the ground beneath her feet.
Yeah.
The less disconnected she is from the ground, the better. Wow, when I put my hands on my head, my arms just fucking disappear, and so I'm a torso and a head.
I don't quite disappear.
Which doesn't make sense because my arms are like the whitest thing compared to the background.
Oh,
Background's fairly colorful, except for like all this negative space.
Oh, I'm talking about the actual...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting where you're at. I was like, yes, your background is literally white, like your t-shirt. You almost disappear.
Almost.
I can't remember my Twitch password.
Okay, I think we're actually done with her.
Yay!
So we can actually move on.
Did it.
So we can actually move on to her business, which shouldn't take very long.
Her business is personal, and she doesn't like you talking about it. Thank you.
But Jade, that's why we're half-breeds.
Yeah. When I'm literally the omniscient being in control of the world, nobody's personal business except for the players.
I guess Jesus does see us all naked.
Oh my god. Go put some clothes on.
Feeling feisty. I can't put clothes on. I am wet.
Oh my god, get the fuck out of my office. Okay. I actually just created the Rough Draft Brewing Company. Wait a minute, why is that listed as public? Oh, okay. That's different. Okay, it's still in draft form, so it doesn't appear. Okay, hold on, let me see. Okay, so there's a type of organization here. I'm gonna scan through it, and it's not a corporation. That wasn't it, dear. It's just... I deal with enough sexual innuendos. Geopolitical... No, none of that's... This isn't geopolitical. It's not even a guild. It's not illicit. It's not military. For fuck's sake. I'm not letting you put words in my mouth. Anyway, I'm gonna say corporation business. That's the closest we can put to it. Fucking hell. Public agenda to deliver good beer.
Yay!
Quality beer to the people of the Golden City.
Quality beer and food to the City of Gold. Assets. They probably... So she probably has like a... she probably has like a large... It's probably a large building where in the front it's, you know, where they serve drink and food, and then in the back it's where all the brewing takes place. Large building in the...
Zia.
That's such a good picture of her. Being a dumbass.
She looks almost scared in that picture.
She was trying to get lost in the play.
Aw.
She probably also has a warehouse, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
It probably took her a while to use it again after the fiasco.
Probably. God, I don't have... I'll figure out a founding date. That's gonna take some time. I refuse to acknowledge that.
I do know that we haven't met any werewolves or known werewolves.
Yep, you are correct. Let's see. This has an organization structure, which is no. Okay, so I'm actually going to go up here to the vignette freeform / prose section, which is an area I don't often utilize. Only because usually these templates have exactly what I need. So, oh shit, I forgot something with Arla. We'll go back to her in a second. So Andrew, you were talking about, you actually started to get into the business a little bit more when we were talking about Arla. Your mic is off.
Yeah.
You're muted.
She probably has like a local like dairy place and bakery that she teams up with to do like beer tasting nights.
Working with local dairy farms. The Rough Draft Brewing Co. I'm going to say with local farms. The Rough Draft Brewing Co. Hosts several beer tasting nights. many from the company itself, but also from other local brewers. Because I can't imagine that all brewers have, like, their own brewery. Like, they don't have a business place to go to. So she probably works with other brewers who are not owned by the Grand Northern Brewing Company. Knights of the Round Brewery. I will take that. I will say, beer tasting knights called Knights of the Round Brewery.
Yay!
What?
Just a pun.
No, not. My God, this thing doesn't know some things. Okay. On regular nights, the brewery serves food and drink. Or I'm gonna say drink and food. Many, which rotates on a regular basis.
This is making me miss Dad.
Yeah,
I know.
same.
Huh?
We're missing our brewery.
Yeah.
1001 nights of beer. Oh no.
I would say that would probably be like the promotional poster.
1001 alcoholic nights.
Yes. That's like their poster.
Okay, so once again, this isn't a whole lot. However, there doesn't really need to be that much. I need to,
It's more than a lot of my NPCs do, I'll tell you that.
I meant for the actual brewing company.
Oh.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna save this without putting a. All right, I need to go back to articles and categories. So I need to look at. Okay, Material Plane Society, Society and Ethereum. Organizations of Ethereum. I need to move this to organizations of Ethereum. Good. And then Arla, I need to move to important characters of Ethereum. Okay. I think I got that done. So I want to mention something. The two that we did, those two characters we made, Arla and Ayla. Mr. Nibbles. God, I can't believe Mr. Nibbles is starting to have fingers in more pie or claws in more pies.
You and your pies.
The fuck is that supposed to mean? Okay, so there was a request, and that is that all of you get to design a monster.
You want me to design a monster?
Not just you.
I feel like this.
Jade says that we'll then try to kill you in the next session.
Okay.
Not.
Now we have enough things trying to kill us in the next session. That includes the viewer.
I would say not necessarily in the next session, but definitely something that will come up. Or we could be, or we could be really evil.
We could design a monster based off of Bunny, since he like let down the reckoning upon us last time we played.
So, I actually kind of have an evil idea, and I feel really sorry. I'm going to recommend this. Don't tell Nind. A monster that he'll have to face.
Perfect.
Because technically his stuff is going to be the next session of Tales.
Good.
Oh, I like the idea of pitting y'all against each other.
Oh, good.
By that I mean by designing things for the world. Alright, so.
Don't hurt Faerun, says Jade.
Oh yeah, no, but kill everybody else. I see how it is.
What do I have to do to keep Jade from killing me? Play Bridget the whole time? Like, oh my god.
No, then I'll kill you.
Alright, Jake, I have
did.
an idea.
Uh-oh, okay, what do we got?
No.
A void elemental.
Ooh.
A void elemental.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot for one person.
I'm going to have to veto anything. I'm going to have to veto the void stuff. Because there's plans with that stuff.
I was gonna say, Faerun got himself in trouble with the Shadow Veil stuff. Like, Mr. I'm gonna go investigate the necrophage on my. Oh, no,
The Hebephage.
Yes, thank you. Necrophage. I was combining the Necrosquid and the Hebephage.
Which is funny because I if I'm correct, the necrophage is something out of The Witcher.
This is me being surprised.
I have an idea. I end up with the spelling in Discord for Jake. Kairos Fernblade.
A very sharp walking shrub that is essentially covered in knives. Holy shit!
Yeet.
They have swarming behavior. If something gets too close to their territory, they will crowd up onto a thing to stab it to death.
So is this name like an existing name or?
It's a name I came up with right now.
Cool, I like that. All right. So they're basically walking plants.
And I only thought of it because we were at the end of spring.
Ooh. Okay, so are they like is it like what is their height like? Are they like as tall as us? Are they knee high?
They probably range from knee to hip height on like a 6 foot tall creature.
Okay, hold on.
Most of the things that would probably be encroaching on their territory are probably animals.
So like 2 to 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
With some exemplars of the species being a bit larger.
Well, yeah, it's average generally means in the middle.
Yeah.
So there are definitely going to be ones that are bigger. Katie says a species of tree in which if you try to tree walk, you just end up at the top of the tree. If it weren't for the fact that that's a level 6 spell, if it was any lower, I would say yes. But that's a huge investment to just say fuck you. I mean, I already said fuck you by using trees infused with Magebane.
Yeah.
But
Everything in River Tam was fuck you.
yeah, but that was something that you guys could mentally actually, work. It wasn't me surprising you with a brand new creature. It was like, okay, well, here's the situation. Oh, hey! That came to its logical conclusion.
Unfortunately.
Give Farron a monster that makes him high. That wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's not a monster.
That's... I do like the razor blade swarming ferns.
I mean, yeah, we already have cacti that like are like, hey.
So like when they walk, do they like have 2-leg limbs or something?
I mean, if you give them little slappy feet like that one Bellsprout animation, I won't be upset.
Anatomy and morphology, little slappy feet.
They can root in.
Um,
They're in the spot. It's unusual for them to migrate, but that could be why they're in a place that might not be expected.
Okay, hold on. So, so they are kind of like they are a ferny plant.
Yeah.
And I take it you're getting that inspiration from the fact that, actual ferns can cut you.
Yes.
Fucking bastards is what they are.
Yes. Scared me a lot when I was a small child because I got cut up real good and didn't know why I was bleeding.
See, what's funny is I was told that, and then every single time I touched ferns, I was like, they're not fucking doing shit.
That must be nice. I never knew that they could do that until I was bleeding.
Yikers.
And Kid Bailey and Adult Bailey both don't deal well with the sight of Bailey blood.
Whew.
It's a good thing you're okay with other people's blood, because man, the number of times I've hurt myself and you had to take me to the hospital.
Yeah, other people's blood is fine.
I'm the exact opposite.
Would these things have, like, a head?
Nah, it's just like an
yeah.
awakened bush.
Yeah. I wasn't picturing them as one.
Okay, so they are nearly identical to normal ferns, with the distinction being basically their height.
They'll get, like, big mad.
I'm gonna say their height and, like, the shape of their leaves.
Yeah. They definitely look pointier than your average fern.
I'm gonna say, like, their ferns, like, it actually resembles, like, the shape of, like, knives and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Of serrated knives. Nobody's alerted to him to the fact that, he's gonna have to possibly deal with these, right?
Nope.
Especially with where I'm gonna put them.
Perfect.
Extrasensory perception and sensory detail. What?
Tremor sense.
They can detect movement through the ground. Cool.
They're probably actually blind then. They don't have.
Yeah, they don't have faces, so maybe a photosensitive organelle, like, to determine if they're in an area with good sunlight or not. But
Yeah. Can detect movement in the ground and sunlight. They can't see otherwise. So, like, yeah, so they'll, like, if they're out of sunlight, maybe, yeah, they'll, like, uproot themselves and try to find it unless it's nighttime, in which case... I feel like at that point, then they can also kind of, like, detect temperature.
Yeah.
it's probably not very sensitive.
Oh, hello.
What?
You have a spider on your computer?
Mm-hmm.
Sure do.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
How do ferns reproduce with spores, right?
I believe so.
Ugh, spiders. Ugh.
How do ferns reproduce? I'm sure it's spores. They reproduce asexually by their modified stems, which are called rhizomes. Rhizomes spread just above the soil surface, where they form roots in their undersides. What? Okay. They can reproduce by spores, rhizomes, offsets, or stems.
So it sounds like they're mostly good at making clones.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say, like, at a certain point in their lifespan, they start basically spitting out spores that create copies of themselves. Actually, I think I'm going to do it seasonally.
Okay. If an area gets overpopulated with them, do they start stabbing each other to death?
I'd imagine, like, they cut each other pretty often.
Maybe that's actually how they produce their spores. Maybe, like,
Oh yeah,
They-
cuttings of themselves?
well, like, if the blades, like, cut against each other, like, normally how you would get, like, sparks, but instead they produce spore when they cut their blades against each other.
Okay.
Okay, so, my guess is that this is going to be around spring that this is going to happen. Because, actually, hell, I don't know when, because ferns just usually do this completely year-round.
Sure, whatever, I guess.
Listen, I don't know how those fuckers come back after winter.
They just are there.
Hold on. How do ferns survive the winter? They do not, however, they will still survive the winter just fine. When fronds start dying back in fall. What the fuck? Winterizing furs? Furs.
So the system just stays and then they come back.
Yeah. Basically, so during the spring after thawing,
It's the only really good time to clear large populations before their fronds harden again.
yeah. These are Kairos fern blade. Yeah, Kairos fern blades.
Named after the unfortunate scientist Kairos who discovered them.
His notes were later discovered. So, I want to say, like, this is like a... I'm trying to give the words for this. It's like, after thawing, the Kairos fern blades undergo, like, a vicious, period where they're just cutting each other.
You can also make them like really like horrific spider plants in the spring, and they molt off their winter shell.
That's kind of horrifying, but...
It's less horrifying with the plant.
Yeah. I'm going to say they undergo... hold on. No. Genetics and reproduction. Okay.
Evidently, people make a lot of arrowheads out of the tips of their fronds.
I'm gonna switch from genetics and reproduction to the growth rate and stages, because discussing how they actually transform during the different seasons will be important. So near the end of fall, Kairos fern blades.
Protective thorniness.
Yeah, lose their protective thorniness, and basically and encase themselves in like a protective shell.
Yeah, they can do like a basket.
I'm just gonna say encase themselves for now. This will work. Upon springtime, the plants lose their protective layer. So at this point, this is where it would be like, because like they've curled up, and then springtime rolls around.
They climb out of their little basket shells.
Yeah. And then they just start, like, killing each other.
Well, they would need some time for the fronds to harden. There's probably a good couple weeks of lull where they are soft and easy to relocate.
You said fronds?
Yeah.
Like Fronze?
D. S. Nope, no E.
Oh,
My voice got stuck when I tried to...
yeah. Their plants lose their protective layer and wait for their fronds to harden. So it would be like during this time that like they'd be dropping spores and shit.
Yeah, they'd be kind of... If they're going to do any spore dropping, this is when it would happen. This is when people would go, okay, these things showed up last year. I'm going to prove them somewhere else.
Yeah.
I like their chicken Alfredo pizza, just no tomatoes. Okay, chicken and Alfredo sauce.
Maybe some spinach?
Cheese.
Spinach. Ooh, mushrooms.
Sorry, we're ordering here.
With fronds like these, who needs an enemies? To drop spores. Create copies of themselves. Alright, ecology and habitat. Forests.
They have a pretty widespread range with a bunch of regional areas.
Yeah.
Because, you know, this world is already just too safe. Let me pull it up.
Oh, shit. This doesn't belong here. This belongs in their biological cycle. Dietary needs and habits. which I'm guessing it is the plant variation. They need sunlight and nutrients from the ground. From the ground. Which I can't imagine that dead bodies are not a thing that they don't like being, that they, dead bodies are something that they probably will be near to some degree.
Yeah. Given decomposition and blah blah blah.
Recently killed, or recently created carcasses. What do these things look like before they're fully grown? Are they... I would almost go with like the, you know how the there's those spiral patterns. Hold on. These.
Oh. Yeah. They're a little more blunted.
Fiddleheads.
I think that those also happen in New Zealand.
Okay. When first growing, they form fiddleheads, which are God, I don't even know how to fucking describe those things. Like spiraling plants.
Yeah, that's probably the best that I'd be able to come up with it without looking up some technical term.
It's like a spiraling stalk.
Yeah.
More mature versions of the plants can have numerous... what is that part of it? Anatomy of a fern. Wow! Those are literally called blades.
Uh-huh. Leech
Ah.
blades.
Oh, yeah, they can have numerous, I guess they can have numerous fronds. That's...
Yeah.
Okay, had to get this part out of the way because that's important. Luckily, we don't have to do the sapiens, because that's not really a thing.
Yeah.
Alright. Biological traits. How old are these things gonna live to be?
Ferns can live a long goddamn time.
Yeah. Depends on how you want to do it.
Fern lifespan on average is 100 years.
Oh my god!
It does depend on the species.
I mean, of course. This is fantasy, though. So I can't imagine it's like, oh, look, there's a whole... Yes, Jade, I am shocked. I didn't realize ferns could live to be that long. That old. Whatever. But, holy shit. Like, a part of me almost wants to just go with, like, yeah, 100 years, but also, like, longer than that sounds terrifying. Because it's like, oh, look, a crop of the fern blades. They're roaming around. They have been for 50 years. I think I'm gonna stick with the 100.
Okay. I mean, especially since they're self-propagating.
Yeah. Avenging the fern that killed my grandfather. Was Katie's comment. Average lifespan, 100 years. Jesus Christ.
God bless it. I'll be right back.
Okay, so here's a good one. Uses, byproducts, and exploitations.
Absolutely, dropped fronds are used for arrowheads.
Dropped fronds are used as arrowheads in several societies. Because that wouldn't just be a wood elf thing. If you saw a sharp, pointy object on the ground, you're like, I'm gonna tie that to a stick and fire it.
Yep.
Micah, do we want garlic cheese bread or do we want bacon cheddar bread?
You always a sucker for garlic cheese bread.
Holy shit, you guys are making me hungry.
If you guys want bacon cheddar, that's fine.
Okay, the one thing that this didn't have that I need to double check is it didn't have the roam. We didn't really include the roaming, which I think I can do that in which is the optimal environment for the species. How does it interact with its place of habitation? There we go. Kairos fern blades are nomadic plants.
They also probably have a very important part in seed distribution in the regions that they live in. They probably cut things off of other plants.
Oh, yeah. Are nomadic plants moving from place to place, distributing place to place depending on the conditions. Their movements, I'm gonna say that they're not very predictable.
Yeah. There are probably a couple regions that it's like clockwork,
Yeah.
but
For
the most part, environmental needs change.
But some, are we gonna call, I feel like we gotta come up with a fancy name for, like, a swarm of them, so like how it's a murder of crows.
An armory?
An armory! Armories of Kairos fern blades. God, that's a horrifying. Oh, that just scares the shit out of me. Just saying that.
Kitty.
Oh, look, it's a kitty.
Kitty.
I too make things.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. It's a kitty.
In repeated migration patterns.
There are probably some places that have tried to build barriers.
Meg, do you like my background?
Yeah. Some places have attempted to build fern blade barriers. With little to no success. Those places just stop building their buildings there.
I mean, that's what I would do.
Huh. Wow, fern blades come in here every 3 years. Maybe I shouldn't build my house here.
This might be a bad spot.
They serve an important role in some ecosystems. Cutting limbs off of other plants that help distribute seeds. They also probably do a pretty good job of clearing away.
A lot of underbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are probably fewer forest fires in areas where these things are.
Yeah.
You gonna be going for much longer, Jake?
No, not too much longer. I can only imagine that in, like, the Alluring Forest, and in particular... So, oh, God. To the south of the Alluring Forest is another small forest area. The only reason that they're separated is
Phone's
that
upstairs.
that's a region that, the Wood Elves can't seem to get to become tame. It's the Prior Wilds. And some pretty nasty shit comes out of there.
Hey, hey, hey.
Dad and I don't know that these are necessarily a tame creature.
So when I say tame, I mean so the Alluring Forest doesn't deal with nighttime madness. So they don't generally have to deal with that kind of crap. They probably do still have to deal with these, but they've been there long enough and they know the patterns of some of these regional fern blades that they know how to deal with it.
Could you imagine a forest fire and just like a fucking tidal wave armory of these things
Oh, God!
running out?
Why is the Alluring Forest immune to nighttime menace? That's a great question, Jade. The residents of the Alluring Forest believe it has something to do with with what's called the Heart of the Forest. It's a giant tree that sits in the middle of the capital of the Wood Elves. But nobody has the exact explanation. Plot. Mystery.
Why? That's a great question.
It's a great question. I'm not going to answer in this. I like that that we have conservation status, and I'm just not filling that in for anything. Nobody gives a shit about conserving anything in this world. If it's gonna die, good fucking riddance.
Like, if these suddenly became endangered, they might, like, have a concerted effort to, like, get some farms going. But that's more because of its use.
Jade says, you're going to kill the tree, aren't you, Jake? I am not going to confirm or deny that. I can just tell you that I don't know what I'm gonna do.
The tree is very important.
Yes, the tree is very important and was actually the center of a quest that one of my previous players had for a campaign.
Wrath of the Bad God?
Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna save this as not a not in a category. Oh, by the way, don't forget to vote on the poll that's in World Anvil Iferon. Nobody voted in the last one, but we had some previous votes for it. So those got used to determine what the next category was. It's working. We're going through cosmology. Ecology.
Purple asshole.
Ecology. Angry.
Okay, I do have to recent articles. Kairos Fernblade.
God, there's no reason for me to be tired.
Okay, so I think we've done pretty well. We managed to get a business, we managed to get another brewer, And we managed to create another monster that I have a feeling Bailey's going to be like, God damn it, why did I do this?
You know, I feel that way about a lot of choices I've made in my life.
It was you who came up with the leech flies.
Uh-huh.
While you were completely stoned.
Yep. And now I have to live with them.
Alright, so I think we are going to call it for this evening. Depending on how I'm feeling, I'm still keeping an eye on how I'm doing with the new meds and stuff. So we'll see if I actually stream tomorrow. I do want to actually finish up Prey. But our friends over at Welcome Party RPG are, in fact, streaming right now, so we're going to go give them a raid.
Yeah.
Welcome Party RPG. Alright, so go ahead and give them some love, and hopefully you'll hear from us soon. So, anyway, have a great night, everybody.
Good night.